recorded live in Jacksonville, Florida. This is Trivia Warfare. More than just a pub quiz, Trivia Warfare is your gateway to a worldwide trivia community. Join your hosts, Jonathan.
Take these broken wings, it's Mister!
Broken wings.
Son of a bee sting!
Chris.
I thought it was about a tree falling. I thought it was talking about a person going down. Oh, no. Really?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Carmela.
My vodka's telling me that no, they didn't.
And the answer is yes, they were in 1854.
You lied to me!
Ben.
Jonathan was literally about to break things. He wasn't kidding. He was about to get it from his desk and destroy something valuable.
And the rest of the Trivia Warfare Army for another week of fun and games. Now here's your host, Jonathan Oakes.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Trivial Warfare. We are the podcast that takes the pub quiz out of the pub and brings it home to you. My name is Jonathan and I am here today with Erin Barkley. Hello, Erin.
Hello, Jonathan.
Hello. Zahkia Mendoza is with us. Hello, Zahkia.
Aloha!
Aloha.
Bye.
Nick Groves is with us today. Hello, Nick.
I just stole Luke's joke.
Deep sigh.
And our special guest today, Luc Leavenworth, is with us today. Hello, Luke.
Hey there, everybody. Thanks for letting me be on.
Oh, we are excited to have you here, and we want to get to know you a little bit better. So, do me a favor and tell everybody where you're from, what you do, and something fun about yourself.
Yeah, my name's Luc Leavenworth. I'm a high school math teacher and administrator from Gurnee, Illinois. Shout out to Gurnee.
Shout out to Gurnee.
Yeah, it's
How is it that y'all
great.
are so smart in Gurnee? What's in the water up there?
Lake Michigan, maybe? I don't know.
Interesting.
That's about it. So in terms of fun things about myself, my fun facts are usually pretty trivia related. But something that happened yesterday, my students have graduated and are coming back for Christmas for the first time. And one of them brought me a sweatshirt. And I decided that I would pay her for the sweatshirt that she bought me. And then I sent her like an extra $20 for pizza and whatever else you might need at college to go with that, just as a thank you. Well, that caught wind in the group chats that my students had last year. So I've got like 6 or 7 college sweatshirts coming back to me, and I'm probably gonna be down about $500. So that's what's going on.
Oh my God.
That's what's going on lately.
But so you're starting a collection of sweatshirts from the colleges that your former students that like you went to. That is awesome.
It's pretty great.
I love that.
Yeah.
What's the most prestigious college that one of your students has sent you a sweatshirt from?
Well, this is a pretty new tradition, but I have a student who is applying down to Rice in Houston, and she is pretty amped up and excited about it. So we've got our fingers crossed for her.
The Rice Owls, a traditionally good baseball team.
Yes, it's a really good school.
I love that. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I tell you what, this feels like it's going to be a fast, high energy, fun game. And so we need to get a fast, high-energy warm-it-up Chris going here. So I'm going to pass it over to Zahkia for Warm It Up Chris.
It's time to warm it up on Trivial Warfare today. And there's only one person who can warm it up for the TW408, and that's Chris. And sometimes Jonathan.
So, it's Warm It Up Zahkia. And Zahkia has been feeling really inspired by her own name lately, hence why I'm talking in the third person. My full name is Zahkia Marcela Mendoza. That means, in its full translation, smart little warrior girl on a cold mountain.
Does it really?
Yes.
Smart little warrior girl?
On a cold mountain.
On a cold mountain. Whoa.
So Zahkia is Arabic for smart girl. I think it's also Swahili for smart girl. Marcela is Spanish of Latin origin, meaning warrior girl. And Mendoza means cold mountain in the Basque language.
Interesting. You have 3 different languages represented in your name, at
Maybe
least.
4 if you count the Swahili translation.
Yeah. it's a lot. But we're just going to go for our warm it up today.
She's like, for warming up, Chris, I want to give you questions about TV shows. That was just an aside about me.
No, we're sticking with names. I just dredged up the 2021 Social Security list of the most common baby names.
Ooh.
So I've got 10 boy names, 10 girl names. None of these seem like they could be, gender neutral, but.
All right. So no Shannons.
Yeah, no Shannons, no Taylors, but we'll just get started. So we've got 10 for boys, 10 for girls, and Luke, you're up first. What's your guess?
Oh boy, let's be inspired by Madison from the MCU. Let's do Madison, but spelled like Madison instead of the other way.
It is not correct.
No.
Madison is also one of those names I think goes both ways, but
Sure.
I knew a guy named Madison, but I've only known one.
Okay.
Good guess.
Erin. It is a good guess. Erin, what do you have?
I have a very particular set of skills that I acquired over a lifetime, skills that make me a nightmare for people like you. Liam was the most popular name in 2021 for the second year in a row, and I use that question every time it pops up.
Wow.
That was perfect and correct, Liam. All right, Nick, what do you got?
I'm going to cheat. Asher for boy.
That's not cheating because it's not right.
It's not right? Wow.
Oh.
Oh, that's interesting.
Jonathan, what do you have?
For some reason, I think I have a better handle. I don't have many names here, so I'm going to be humped, but I think I have more chances at the boys' names than girls' names. I'm going to go with Dylan.
I like that name. And my sister once had a boyfriend named Dylan that my mom was obsessed with, but no. It is
I
not a
thought
correct
Dylan was on the last list I saw. Ooh, I guess the list is changing rapidly.
Yeah, we are bad at this.
I would say maybe in some cases think more biblical.
So we're moving back towards a more traditional set of names then, because okay, well, it doesn't matter. Let's just play. Let's figure it out.
I just think we're picking the wrong ones off the list that we know.
I know.
Like,
I mean, we're
we
remembering lists that we've seen, though.
Right. We have to go more standard. Like instead of picking the like outliers of the list, we just have to go to the core of the list that we know.
I thought that was like the number 2 name.
Or you could try a girl's name.
Right. Yeah, that's also true.
Madison didn't work.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. And Luke, you can try again.
All right. So my daughter is 7, so we haven't looked at these lists in a while, and we tried to avoid the names on these lists, so I don't know them super well. But I think Sophia was on the girls' list not too long ago. Sophia
is still on that list. Nice job.
The first. By the way, Zahkia, we should have asked, is this, maybe you said and I just didn't pay attention, is it U.S. specific or is this worldwide?
It is U.S. specific.
That would drastically.
I mean, for sure. I was like, that explains a lot.
Let's go with Muhammad.
Exactly.
All right, Erin, you're up.
So I know this one too. The girl's number 1 is Olivia.
Yes, Erin.
Dang, girl.
Erin, cleaning up. Yes, Olivia is correct answer.
I wrote this question the week the list came out, so I'm done with stuff I know for sure.
Nick.
Yeah, the other half of my cheating, I'm going with Charlotte.
that cheating is correct.
Yeah, there we go.
Going to cheat.
Well, those are my children, Asher and Charlotte. So
oh,
I figured
okay,
that would be the Asher was like in the 80s when we had him 8 years ago, and then for
old baby.
I don't know, like 4 out of the last 5 years, it's been top 10. So it's skyrocketed.
Oh, you mean the name was in the 80s? I thought you meant like the 1980s.
Right. No. It was like ranked like number 82 overall on the 2014 list when he was born. Yeah.
Got it. All right, Jonathan, you're up.
I just thought of a good one. Oh, gosh. I want to make so many guesses all at once. I'm going to go with Noah.
Noah is biblical and correct. Nice job.
Woo-hoo. I had a little fist pump action, y'all. Just saying.
Toot toot. Luke.
Toot toot. So my fist bump was like the kids on the bus trying to make the truck drivers blow their horn. It was like that. Yes.
I've been watching too much French kids television, and there's a little thing. It could say toot 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 toot, and I get really into it. So you do the truck thing. I'm gonna say toot toot.
Oh my god,
Jonathan's was more of a.
All right, Luke, you're up.
Let's try James. James feels right.
James is right. Nice job.
Wow.
Erin.
Well, I was going to try Nick's approach, and my children's names are James and Orange Cat, and I don't think Orange Cat is on the list. How about Hunter? I feel like there's 1,000 hunters.
There might be just 1,000 hunters because it's not the correct answer.
That's another one that was way up the list that now has slidden back off of it, apparently.
Right.
Mm-hmm. All right, Nicholas, you're up.
William is always in the top 5. That's William.
William is a correct answer. Nice job.
Nice job.
All right, Jonathan, you're up.
I'm going to the female side of things. I'm going to guess Brittany.
No, Brittany is not on that. Very common name in my era, though. Luke, you're up.
You've said Jonathan so many times. It's stuck in my head. Is Jonathan one of these options?
Jonathan is not, but
there is a variation that I bet is.
No, I was going to say, I implore you to think of other Trivial Warfare friends.
Yeah, I have that name on my list too.
Ooh, yeah, except I'm going to get there first now.
Erin.
What about Nicholas?
It's not Nicholas.
Actually, I'm just gonna make this a theme for the round since it was Jonathan and then Nicholas. I'm gonna guess Luke.
Lucas.
Yeah.
Oh, the OG, the classic. Yes.
Yeah. Lucas is a correct answer. Jonathan.
I will go Christopher.
It's not Chris.
Oh, beep it.
Really?
It's the other.
That's the way I was going to go, but now I'm going to get it. Because there's no way Luke can figure it out.
All right, we're going to do one more round before a little free-for-all. Luke, what name is Jonathan thinking of?
Let's try Ben or Benjamin.
It is Benjamin.
All right.
Making a comeback.
Yeah.
Amazing how you picked that out of the ether.
I'm pretty talented, you guys.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about this round, but I have completely blanked on people's names. Like I'm having a really hard time just thinking of people's names.
I mean, you have brothers.
Yeah.
You can go with some of them.
Erin, what do you have?
This might be kind of a messed up way to get to the answers, but I'm thinking of all of my clients' kids. Is Connor on the list?
It's a good guess. I don't think it is.
It's a good guess, but it's not a correct answer. But I like where you're going. Nick.
Isabella is usually on the list for girls.
Isabella is still on that list. Nice job. Yeah. And Jonathan, wrap us up.
I'm going to guess Sarah.
I know a lot of Sarahs. I love a lot of Sarahs, but it is not.
Yeah, you got to go early 80s for Sarahs.
Yeah, I honestly just wanted to round out Nick's family. We had guessed everyone else, and I can't remember the pets' names. So, yeah.
Fred and George.
Fred and George, that's awesome.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So fun fact about this list that, again, I learned when I write these questions every year. Katrina fell off the list dramatically in 2009.
Wow, what happened?
I don't remember.
Katrina and the Waves broke up.
Yeah. And then the last season of Game of Thrones, Khaleesi and Daenerys dropped off the list sharply.
Yeah.
So it's amazing the way that you can track pop culture trends with the baby name list.
Wait, do we have a generation that's going to have a bunch of Khaleesi's and Daenerys's?
Yep.
And Aryas.
Holy crap.
Arya's specifically.
My friends named their child Aria because his father is an opera singer and Aria is also a piece of music. And they're already, kids like 3, they are so over the Game of Thrones jokes. They're
But
like,
are they spelled it Aria?
I think so.
All right,
Yeah.
just pronounce
But,
it
like,
different. Say Aria instead of Arya.
Yeah.
The Arya, it's like, are you going or are you not? It's like, oh God, I would hate that name. And the guy, I'm sorry, if you named your kid Arya, I love you, and I'm not picking on your kid. But if I was Arya, I would never stop being joked with.
We
You got a middle name for that reason.
It's the weird spellings of things. Like when you have friends that name their kids and it's a regular name, but they spell it differently, where basically you're committing that child to a lifetime of, no, not like that.
Yep. Christopher with 2 Z's.
Right.
Right.
Christopher.
Catherine with a Q.
Oh, God. Catherine.
Oh, is that where you would put the Q?
All right, friends. I have a couple more names if you guys just want to throw some stuff at a wall, or I could reveal them to you.
Is Ashley on there?
Ashley is not.
No.
We had friends that just had twins, Emma and Oliver.
Emma's a good one.
Both Emma and Oliver on the list.
Wow. Oliver's the kind of name that would have been picked on in my generation, and now it's like the cool name.
Please, sir, may I have some more? I wonder if the reason names like Ashley and Brittany and Catherine aren't on there is because of the spelling. Like, is spelling significant? And like, there's the ASHLEYS and the LEIGH and the LEE and the ones with the Q for some reason.
Yeah, a little bit of spelling fatigue. I can see that.
Is there any offshoot of Aiden on there?
No, the Aiden names have been Aiden,
Jaden,
to death.
Braden. Yeah.
Are the traditional Jennifers or Johns on there?
No John or Jennifer, but if I had to forecast, I would say that's going to pick up in the next 20 years or
How come?
or so.
Why do you think that?
Because, and not necessarily with Jennifer, but you probably have people who are reaching for more traditional names that want to name it after their grandfathers, and they realize there are not a lot of Johns. You know, John was a nice traditional name, and then it's still in pop culture. Like Game of Thrones, there was a Jon Snow.
Oh, sure, yeah.
And he was a main character. So I can see that happening.
So when we were doing baby name research, I came across this. Jennifer is one of those names that is extremely unique in the whole thing. The name didn't exist prior to the 1930s. Almost nobody used it in the 30s, 40s, and 50s.
Wow.
And then in the 1970s, like 1 out of every 4 babies was named Jennifer. And then it's this like amazing curve where it's just this huge peak into the 70s. And then it disappears forever after that. Nobody's been named Jennifer since then.
But it's weird, though, because you do have famous Jennifers. Jennifer Lawrence, Jennifer Aniston.
70s.
Jennifer Lopez.
70s.
No, but I mean, the people naming their kids in the last 10 years got a lot of Jennifers to pick from if they want to name their kid after somebody.
Yeah, but they name their kids Katniss and not Jennifer.
That's true. Yeah.
That's
a good point. That's a good point. What was Jennifer Aniston's name in Friends?
Rachel.
Probably. Is Rachel on the list?
Rachel is not on the list.
It's a good biblical name. All right. So what is this list? Let's finish this list out. What do we got here?
He did not say Elijah.
Oh.
He never
Henry.
Really? That's cool.
I have so many friends whose kids are named Henry. I didn't think about that.
It's such a strong, solid, traditional sounding name.
Yeah.
It's a very strong name.
It goes with William and Benjamin. Henry.
That was the runner-up for our son's middle name about 10 years ago.
And it's a great nickname. Hank is just a strong nickname, too. I like that name.
Nothing like a 3-year-old named Hank.
Mm-hmm. But you got to call him Hanky.
Great.
And number 10, I think, is really spurred on by a lot of people admiring a certain president, Theodore.
Oh. Okay, or a certain chipmunk.
I was going to say, has Teddy Roosevelt made a comeback recently that I'm not aware of?
Like, not with this generation. All right, what about the girl? What about the female names?
So we said Olivia and Emma and Charlotte. Amelia is a big one.
Oh yeah, she gets her own
Bedelia fame.
We went different directions with that.
Amelia, Ava, Mia, Evelyn,
ending in A.
and Harper.
Wow. Where's Evelyn coming from?
Name it after your grandmother, I guess.
I mean, or naming it after Evelyn from He-Man and the Masters of the Universe.
Thank you. That's what I was trying to do. I was searching for where that came from. That's exactly what it is. He-Man. Thank you.
Beautiful. Well, that is your warm it up, Chris, for the episode. Loved it. Great job. Thank you, Zahkia.
You're quite welcome.
Oh, what is this? This is episode number 408. That means we are on the main feed. Big shout out to everyone who's listening. I want to ask you a favor. If you're listening to this show right now, I bet you that you have very smart friends. I'm just guessing because you are obviously smarter. You wouldn't be listening to us. If you have smart friends, recommend the show to them. Share it with them. Hit that little share link on Spotify or whatever you're listening to. Share the show with them. Ask them to give it a try. If you like it, I'm betting they'd like it too, so it's worth sharing. Also, if you want a lot more Trivial Warfare, you can get a lot more Trivial Warfare at trivialwarfarearmy.com. You just sign up as a sergeant or higher in the Trivial Warfare Army, and you'll access over 100, 200, there are a whole lot of shows behind the scenes in the archives that you can't get anywhere else. So go to trivialwarfarearmy.com and sign up as a sergeant today. Big reminder, we still have everyday Q&A trivia calendars for 2023 available for sale. Go to triviacalendar.com and pick up your copy of the everyday Q&A trivia calendar for 2023, put together by yours truly and by friend of the show, co-worker on the show, host of the Inkling, multiple-time Jeopardy champion, Katie Sikelski.
As if she didn't run everything here. Friend of the show.
Not everything.
Benevolent scheduling overlord.
Yeah.
Yes, that's a good title.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget, you can play along with today's show on the Triviamatic app. Go to your Play Store or your App Store, download Triviamatic, and hit the Play Now button and use this code 779882. That's 779882 to play along with today's game. The episode today, it is going to be Erin and Nick versus Jonathan and Luke. Zahkia is hosting, and it is time to play the game.
Players. Oh, yeah. Y'all know what time it is. This is Mr. Literature himself, cordially inviting you to the game. This is 6 rounds of trivia goodness. 3 questions per round. Every right answer gets you 10 points. In the middle, we'll take a pause for the cause and ask a midpoint question worth up to 20 juicy points. After round 6, you can wager any or all those points you've been building up and take a shot at the final round. It's a series of theme-based questions we call the Gauntlet. It's just that easy, baby. But this game ain't gonna play itself, players. Let's get it on.
Yay, friends! All right, let's just jump into it.
I tell you what, the people who are listening, which is everybody except for the 5 of us, could not see Zahkia do her best Gene Simmons imitation as I was saying that she is the host of today's game, but it was legit.
Her tongue went off the frame. It was wild.
It was crazy.
Get into it. Round 1, question 1. Your category is space.
Space.
I love it. The NASA Pathfinder landed where on July 4th, 1997, exactly 7 months after launch?
I have so many chats with Nick in them trying to find the right one.
Yeah, not the Jonathan chat.
Yeah.
That's definitely not the right one.
God damn it. Okay, well, we can lock in.
Unless, do you think she's looking more specific?
Oh.
Okay.
Let's find out.
Okay.
Do you want to lock it in?
Yeah, I think we can lock that in.
All right, we're locked in.
All right.
So after Erin sent me text messages in 3 chats that weren't the one we were using for this episode.
Sorry, everyone got that and didn't know why.
I texted her the correct answer, which was totally different from what she had texted me in the other 3 chats. And we came up with Mars. And then we wanted to know if she wanted to be something more specific, because I think the landing zone it landed in was Aries something, but I couldn't remember it. And then Zahkia told us, no, we were cool with the answer. No more specificity needed.
You're sure you didn't want to talk about Uranus?
Later?
No. Hard pass.
It's the After Dark episode.
Got to pay extra for that.
All right, Luke, what were you thinking?
I texted Venus ? And then Mara ? And then I tried to fix it and said Matt's ? And then I swore. And then I finally got to Mars. We were deciding between Venus and Mars. 7 months seemed about right to be something nearby. Jonathan, we ultimately settled on Mars.
And it took you less than 7 months to get to Mars. You just had like 3 typos. So
And 3 typos. Exactly right.
Sounds like you and I have the same phone.
Seriously.
Do you still hate your phone, Erin?
Less every day.
Wow. Okay.
That's good.
Oh no. Well, you guys both don't have to hate your answers because the correct answer is Mars.
Dum, 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 dum.
Job. Round 1, question 2. Your category is holy texts.
Did you say holy texts?
Yes.
Okay. I heard like holy tax, and I'm like, geez, the church is getting really aggressive.
It's up to 12% now with inflation.
I mean, isn't that just what tithing is?
Yes.
Yeah, massive tithing.
Tithing jokes, they always go over well.
Your question in holy text. The Bhagavad Gita is a holy text for what major religion with about 1.5 billion followers?
Can you spell that?
Bhagavad, BHAGAVAD, Gita, GITA.
Ooh, like 100% like meow meow 100%, Luke?
It is a meow meow situation, I believe.
Meow!
Oh.
We're locked in.
I mean, Nick, I don't know if you want to discuss.
I mean, we have the ability to, so we probably should.
Yeah. My undergrad degree is in religion, and I had to focus on scripture. Mm-hmm.
Why?
Why not?
Okay,
basically.
Fair enough.
Yeah, and then I went to grad school to do a master's in scripture, and then I went to law school because that was kind of always the plan. I filled out, my college sent me a survey recently that was asking about the ways that they had that my degree had supported my career aspirations, and I'm like, not at all. Like, you're a liberal arts college, you're not supposed to. Also, I'm going to throw off all your numbers. Anyway, I did a lot of classes on non-Christian, non-Jewish religions, Eastern religions. And I am pretty sure this is Hindu. And I'm pretty sure that matches with the population numbers. But
the population numbers seem very right for that answer. So
yeah. So that is my educated guess.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
Jonathan and Luke, what did you say?
So undergrad-wise, I didn't quite do a major, but I did have a minor in world religions. And one of the higher-level classes I took was all about Indian folklore, and it was super interesting. And I'm a math teacher, and it's still the favorite class I took in all of college. And I can't think this would be anything besides Hinduism.
Well, both teams, again, are correct. The correct answer is Hinduism.
Hey.
All right.
What do you think the percentage of listeners is that has either a major or minor in religious studies in this podcast?
I'm very curious now.
I think it's got to be pretty low.
Probably higher than most populations, though. You get 100 people in a room versus 100 Trivia Warfare listeners, and the number's going to be bigger.
Definitely.
Right. I mean, I feel like I majored in business management with a minor in accounting, and I feel weird in this group. Like,
that's not because of your degrees, buddy.
I wonder, now that you say that, I wonder how high the occurrence of teachers are.
Probably very.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think it's higher than average for sure. I'd love. See, that's the thing is we could do a survey and get lots of information, which I probably should. It's been a long time, but I'd love to see it in comparison to a larger set of data. That's what would make it really interesting. I wonder if ChatGPT can do that for me. What percentage of the American population?
Create a survey of a subgroup of people that blah, 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 blah.
Oh, I might try some things here.
Mm-hmm.
Something else Dana and I have noticed. We notice a high prevalence of people who have adopted children. It's very...
Oh,
that is also very interesting.
That is the most awesome of all of the things we just said.
So what you're saying is when I'm ready to unload mine, I should come directly to Trivial Warfare.
No, because you've already ruined them for everybody.
No one will have them.
We don't need Charlotte telling us all how to run our lives.
Oh my God.
I can get into round 1, question 3. I didn't realize we were going to have a math teacher on here.
Yeah.
This is actually more pressure. I hate when this happens. I don't like these situations.
Toot, toot, mother, beep, beep.
Okay. Category. It's all Greek math to me.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
The uppercase of what Greek letter represents the change or difference between two numbers?
That we know. That's a business thing. We got meow, meow, meow. Did you pre-guess that, Nick?
Yes, I did.
What's the symbol for like double toots? This is pretty great.
You got all the toots? Sounds like you need to make a trip to the
I
bathroom.
just got a hammer. You're changing it to Toot.
We all gotta get freaking train whistles.
I'll send you a train whistle, Jonathan. It's okay.
You know what? I swear to God, if you send me a train whistle, I will absolutely blow it.
Done.
Your neighbors are going to be so excited.
You're going to have just a collection of train whistles now. All different kinds, all different names.
I would love that. I would love that. I just like Luke's sweatshirts, man. When people send me stuff, I'd love it.
So that bookcase behind you needs to be filled with train whistles.
I know the moving thing really screwed things up because, like, I have a bag of nothing that was given to me. I have a jar of nothing that was given. We got the hammer that John gave us. Just so much cool stuff. Lots of the Funkos. Actually, neither of us have answered though. Erin, I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
It's really not relevant. I don't think. Are we even playing a game anymore?
Erin, what were you going to say before we move on to the answers?
Remember that time 20 minutes ago when you were like, I'm going to eat lunch standing up or sitting at a table for once, unless we get wildly off track. Yeah. So
round one, question number 3. 49 minutes.
3 days. I figured I would pre-guess because that's fun. So I said Euclid because why not? And then Nick said Delta, and then Zahkia started talking. And then Nick did his celebratory whatever that was. So that was our answer.
Yeah.
We also chose to fly the friendly skies. We went with Delta for sure.
I wish these answers could give me more sky miles. Your correct answer is Delta.
Yeah.
Hooray.
Yeah, it's funny. We're talking about the professions and whatnot, and Delta is very much a businessy kind of term for change. What's your Delta on that project? Oh, God. All right.
At some point in my academic career, I had to learn Greek for my graduate degree, and I was bad at it. But I started subbing out Greek letters for words sometimes, like theology is this thing, theta, and delta I use to substitute for change. So like when I'm talking to clients about like changes in situations, my notes are full of triangles that confuse everyone but me.
I love it.
So at the end of round 1, both teams are perfect. 30-30.
Hooray.
Let's fix that with round 2. Round 2, question 1. Your category, here today, gone saguaro. Your question, Coconino, Cochise, and Maricopa are 3 of the 15 counties located in which U.S. state?
But can lock in with me, I'm ass.
Yeah.
Unless, yeah.
No. Go. Yeah, it's obvious.
Oh, you said meow meow.
Yep.
Did you say Maricopa?
Yes.
That's Luke. That's Arizona.
Yeah, I 100%. I think I remember that from the past elections more than anything is Maricopa County. So,
all right, yeah, we'll go with Arizona.
Erin and Nick, what did you say?
A den of scum and villainy.
Same answer, same reasons. Maricopa County, I feel like, is always the one where there's drama.
Yep.
Isn't that where Phoenix is?
I think it's where Phoenix is.
So drama and a mediocre hockey team.
So Maricopa County is usually the site of some drama. Cochise County was
Big
a
drama
site
this
of some
time around.
Yeah. Cochise is also the name of my dog, so that's why I chose this question.
Have you ever shown your dog the video to Sabotage?
Sabotage?
Yeah. Cochise is one of the Beastie Boy characters in the video Sabotage.
Oh my God. Yeah, it is, isn't it? No, he would never react to. He's a Chihuahua. He's weird.
Oh, you have a Chihuahua? Oh, you're bold.
Yeah, he's fine, but he's uninterested in video or anything really.
Sure.
But so yeah, Cochise, Maricopa, saguaro was the hint in the category. Your correct answer, everyone got it, is Arizona. Nice job.
Hooray.
Nice work.
Which is vastly different than my original guess. I tried to pre-guess that question as well. I guessed hirsute, and that was not correct.
No, not even close. Round 2, question 2. Your category, fruits. Meyer, Lisbon, and Eureka are all types of what fruit?
Beep. You're so faster. So fast.
we can lock in.
Meyer lemons, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's I don't have a ton of context for the other ones, but Meyer lemons is sticking in my brain as something that is a thing.
I am 100% with you on that. So Oscar Meyer lemons. you peel that bad boy and find a bunch of meat parts.
My lemon has a first name.
Oh, all right. Erin and Nick, what did you say?
But yeah, Meyer lemon is a thing that I haven't started cooking more, but I have started thinking about cooking more. So I've looked at a lot of recipes for things, mostly cocktails. And I have this limoncello I adore. So I was looking for, cocktail recipes, which is kind of cooking because
I'm thinking about cooking more, mostly cocktails.
Sometimes, I don't know why you're all laughing so hard. Sometimes you have to light things on fire to make cocktails, and that is a kind of cooking. So all of you can beep off. Anyway,
I've seen
Meyer
pictures.
lemons.
They look really good.
Thank you.
Yeah, you made that Manhattan the other day, and I'm like, beep, but now I want a Manhattan.
Mm-hmm. I have that effect on people. Yeah. Anyway, Meyer lemon was the in, and Nick agreed.
Both teams say lemon. Your correct answer is lemon. And Erin, you shouldn't feel bad because at any given time, you can catch me and or my husband brewing some kind of hooch in our house. We've made limoncello.
Ooh.
It's got the hooch. We've made tapache, which is like a pineapple skin kombucha beer from Mexico.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, don't feel bad.
See, that's actually more cooking than what I do.
Yeah, brewing is a kind of cooking. Yes.
By the way, leader in the clubhouse for show title is mostly cocktails at this point.
They're not going with Toot Toot.
Toot's pretty good too. Beep, beep. There's going to be a competition. Oh boy.
Toot toot, mostly cocktails. Round 2, question 3, your category, explorers.
Ooh.
And maybe a little geography.
Geography.
The strait between the North and South Islands of New Zealand are named for what British explorer?
No, that's wrong. Ignore me.
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah. 6 of one, half a dozen the other. All right, we're locked.
Okay. And then Luke, talk it out.
So the starting point of our conversation was me saying, so I know Magellan died there, and I know there is such a thing as the Straits of Magellan, and I don't know where the Straits of Magellan are, but I didn't think that they were in New Zealand. So that was my contribution to this discussion thus far.
Yeah, I am all but positive that the Straits of Magellan is the bottom tip of South America. The only other name that's popped in my head, and I'm not sure about it, but I don't feel awful about it, is Captain James Cook. I don't know if it's called the Cook Strait or the Strait of Cook, but he was pretty active in that area. If my vast survivor knowledge is anything to talk about, where he's just mentioned all the time.
Well, I think that it's important to note that even though his last name was Cook, he was mostly about cocktails.
Yes, it was all about drinking. Why is all the rum gone?
The Strait of cocktails.
Now, if he attached a train whistle to one of his many ships, we would be there.
You don't know he didn't.
So most of the explorers that I think of are always around the Americas and the Spanish and the Portuguese and whatnot. But the ones who circumnavigate are the ones who went in the Pacific, Cook and Magellan, absolutely. Are there any others that stand out? Balboa didn't go all the way, did he?
Well, Zahkia said an English explorer, right? So that would rule out like Magellan and Balboa.
Oh, could you repeat the question, Zahkia?
No, she can't.
I can.
I think time's up.
Yeah.
I mean, I can.
Please.
The strait between the North and South Islands of New Zealand are named for what British explorer?
British explorer. Yeah, I like Cook a lot better now. Let's go with that.
Okay, lock it in.
All right, Erin and Nick, the saboteurs over here.
All right, so
you said
Erin and I obviously had a wildly different conversation than what you just spoke about. It was so wildly different.
I also don't know where the Strait of Magellan is, but Nick set me straight.
Yeah, well, it was. She goes. Erin goes, Magellan isn't right, is it? She goes, that's in Antarctica, and I went, no, it's in South America. And then she looked into the camera, rolled her eyes, and gave me a "that's there."
Yeah, for real. It's between the two of them. What a jerk.
Yeah. My response was, when I think of the Pacific, I think of Cook. And Erin goes, ooh, I like that. I said, and he was British. She said, he did things. I said, and stuff. And then we locked in.
Both teams locked in with Cook. Your correct answer is cocktails. No.
Woo! Woo!
Yes. There you go. Good job.
Your correct answer is Captain James Cook. So at the end of round 2, both teams are still perfect with 60 points each.
Ooh. Out of curiosity, I wonder if James Cook's middle name is Tiberius. It would be pretty strong. It'd be pretty good. James T. Cook, exactly.
That is such a perfect lead in for round 3, question 1.
Heck yeah.
Jonathan, you know that his ship is the Enterprise, right? Cook's pirate ship.
Sure it is.
Yeah.
Round 3, question 1, your category. Movie slogans. Revenge is a dish best served cold was spoken by Ricardo Montalban in Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan. But it was also used as the slogan for what 2003 action cult classic?
I don't know if that's right, but there's reasons. There's reasons.
I just like to say the juxtaposition of Ricardo Montalban between Wrath of Khan and Naked Gun 2. I think it's Naked Gun 2, but it is striking because Naked Gun has him very similar. I think it's the first Naked Gun actually has him very similar to Paradise Island or whatever the heck that. That's not Paradise Island. What's the name of that show?
Fantasy Island.
Fantasy Island. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's such a difference.
With Hernan Villachez.
Yeah. All right. I think we actually are ready to lock in. I think, Luke, I'm with you on that.
Okay.
So we've got an answer. It kind of fits most of the things, and we think the timing is right, but we don't love it. The one we're probably going to end up going with is Batman and Robin. Kind of cultish in how bad it is. Mr. Freeze is the villain. Revenge is a dish best served cold seems like a line that they'll have in there. I don't know that we're going to come up with a better answer, but we had just started talking about, and that's where we're currently at.
I mean, it's a movie question, which means I don't know anything. So
right.
I'm happy for you to bounce ideas off of me, but I'm not going to contribute anything that came out after 1994, apparently.
Okay. So let's just lock in with Batman and Robin.
It is a wonderful pun. I mean, that movie, of all the horrible things about that movie, the puns were the worst.
Solid.
And I love a good pun. It was horrible.
Right.
That's definitely in my top 5 for the worst movies I've ever seen in a theater.
Right, which why it makes so much sense. So like it's so bad it's good, cult classic kind of like concept.
No. Well, it's so bad it's bad.
It's funny you guys said that because our movie does have an actor connection with Batman and Robin.
Schwarzenegger?
No, Uma Thurman. We were thinking the bride from Kill Bill is what popped into mind. And the time, I wasn't confident it was 2003, but that seemed the most right of anything we could come up with.
And every Tarantino movie is a cult classic.
Right.
Fair.
Yeah, and there's that whole mass murder in the snow thing.
Right. There could have easily been a cold, and that is a revenge-based movie.
And if it
That's
ends
a
up
better
being
answer than ours.
If it ends up being Kill Bill Volume 2, I'll cry a little bit. But
All right. Well, no tears to cry here, Luke. Kill Bill Volume 1 is the correct answer.
Wow.
Nice.
That was all Luke, by the way. I would never have thought of it.
I just remember what I put for round 3, question 2. You guys are in for it. All right.
Wow.
I'm so sorry. Whew. I got to get my axe out because your category for round 3, question 2 is Z Murders a Hit.
All right.
I just have no idea how I'm gonna murder it, so it's gonna feel.
Usually you plan that in advance. You're very bold.
No plan, yeah.
Yeah, you'll see. I want you to name this 2006 song. It reached number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 in 2006, but also spent 17 weeks in the top 10. You can't stand upon it long, nah eat no yum, no steamed fish, nor no green banana. But down in Jamaica, we give it to you hot like a sauna.
Oh boy.
Holy moly.
Erin, it does not bode well for us that as she was singing that, I was like, oh, maybe she decided to just swap out all the lyrics with random words. As a twist on the theme.
This is a Mad Libs murders a hit.
Yeah. Wait. Oh, sorry. What was the year again?
2006.
2006.
Is that right?
I don't know. That's my best guess.
Jonathan, I got nothing. So
yeah, that's probably the best I'm going to come up with.
I think that's the closest we're going to get. I don't love it, but I don't hate it, and I don't have anything better.
All right. Well, we'll lock in.
All right.
So
Erin and Nick.
We're going back and forth.
The fact that we both hit on exactly the same piece of it at the same time makes me really confident. We looked at the lyrics that we had in there, or I looked at the lyrics that we had in there with all of the affectations, I'm going to call them, the pronunciations of words and the mention of the Caribbean stuff. And I immediately thought Sean Paul. And at the exact same time as I was typing, I'm immediately thinking Sean Paul. Erin wrote, "Is this Cheap Thrills?" So timing wise, that kind of works out. It includes Sean Paul in it. It combined both of our thought processes into one song that kind of hit in the right sort of time frame. So
the only thing giving me pause is the year, but I think the fact that we both had the exact same instincts at the same time suggests that we should, lock in with that.
yeah, go with that. That's never doubt your first instinct. That's the one thing I've learned about trivia, especially my first instinct, which is usually wrong. So we should probably pick a different answer. But
You don't doubt that it's wrong.
I'm sure that it's wrong.
Like, I'm positive my first instinct is bad.
Yeah, let's just lock in and see what they came up with.
Cool.
All right. So I kind of drove this one a little bit. Obviously, I was trying to think of songs that would reference Jamaica and would do it with a Jamaican accent. And what came to me was that there was a really popular song around that time by Shakira featuring Wyclef Jean called Hips Don't Lie, where he has a whole verse that's a rap. And I know that it's like, I don't know if it's the right answer. I don't know if he says anything like that, but I do remember some lines in it, and I knew he was rapping in a Jamaican accent. So we said Hips Don't Lie.
So 10 points to the murderer. And this is the most frustrating combination because Jonathan and Luke, you guys absolutely have the right year. 2006, Hips Don't Lie came out, but it's not the right song. Wyclef does talk about like different locations. He's Haitian, but I think he mentions Colombia and different
Sure,
places.
of course.
Erin and Nick, you guys got the right artist, Sean Paul, but Cheap Thrills came out maybe 10 years after.
Is it that much later?
Yeah.
Yeah. The song I am looking for. Well, woman, the way I call, I be keeping you warm. I got the right temperature to shelter you from the store. Yeah.
I don't know what that song is called.
What's the name of it?
It's called Temperature.
Oh.
I don't know a single Sean Paul song. I was never getting this question right. I've heard that. I mean, I've heard that. You doing that, I've heard the song, but I didn't know that was the artist, and I didn't know anything about it.
I feel really good about both teams getting the year and the artist. We were all over it.
Yeah.
As one big trivia team, we still wouldn't have gotten it right. But we can feel good about how we did.
You guys might have come a little bit closer, yeah.
After when you guys were starting to talk, Luke sent Sean Paul. And I'm like, isn't that too
the song
late?
I was
I don't
thinking
know.
of, but I didn't know the title. And then you guys mentioned Sean Paul and Cheap Thrills, and I'm like, all right. I was frustrated, but yeah, it was. That's a good question.
My primary connection with that song is that when I was coaching youth rock climbing years ago, that song came on the speakers, and this like 8-year-old little white kid knew every word, and we're all staring at him like, wow. Other than that, I don't have any real connection with the song.
That's because I've also recently been on a huge kick of re-listening to pretty much the entire discography of Simple Plan. Because
Hell yeah.
that's the generation that I'm from, and I love Simple Plan. They have a song called Summer Paradise with Sean Paul that is really good. I am repeating it all the time. It's so good. Like, it's getting added to all of my playlists.
Wow.
That's why there was so much Simple Plan on my marathon playlist.
That's exactly why there was so much Simple Plan on your marathon.
Like,
that was
Simple
all
Plan
me.
again?
100% me. But yeah, so Sean Paul is stuck in my head as being like, I don't understand anything that man is saying.
Yeah, that's why he makes for a good lyrics question. This question came about because my husband and I were listening to that song, and we're like, saltfish, banana. Is that what he's saying? So when we looked it up, and yes, he is talking about saltfish and bananas in that song.
He went full Michael Jackson. You're a vegetable. They hate you.
Mama say, Mama
Shame on.
Ooh. 10 points to the murderer, but we can recover in round 3, question 3, category classic advertisements. Doo-doo head cootie queen and lint liquor are among the various insults tossed about in an ad for what product?
Boy, Luke got excited with this one.
All of the meows.
Oh my.
Meow,
Oh. He said all of them. That's why I had to do more. Like I wanted all of them. You didn't type anything though, so I'm just going to trust.
I'm sorry. I got really excited.
Guess I'm just going to agree with your blank.
If he's got meow meows, you've got to be pretty adamantly strong.
All right. I'm wonderful. We can look at.
All right. Zahkia, was there a year? Did you ask a year?
I did not.
Can you give us one?
No.
Okay.
The category was
many years.
The category was classic advertising, though, right?
Yeah, but classic in that it was a rememberable, not classic as in like 1950s.
Okay.
In my head. I remember this. I remember it on TV. I remember it was a gum. I can't remember what brand of gum. Like,
sure, but I think you and I both have like fully fledged memories of things that would be considered classic by temporal standards.
Yeah, you like me old.
Yeah, and me too. And the reason I say that is because, like, are we talking like Big Red, Fruit Stripe, something like that? Are we talking like Orbit's, Icebreaker? Like, what generation of gum are we thinking?
So initially, I was thinking Fruit Stripe gum. That was what I was thinking initially, because when I think gum commercials, Fruit Stripe gum pops out in my head. But then you said Orbits, and I love that answer because I can see. Because
that's weird.
Yes.
Okay.
I love that.
I mean. Sure.
But yeah, we're going to lock in with Orbits.
Okay.
Boy, they danced around for a while. I thought maybe we'd slip away here.
We regularly say in my house, "What the French toast," and that is also a line from that same commercial. We locked in with Orbit gum.
Yeah.
So Erin and Nick, I am going to be a benevolent mean doza because Nick, you kept saying Orbits, and technically Orbits is like a different company. That's the travel company, but I knew that you're talking about gum, so I will be a benevolent Z.
He could have just meant multiple pieces of gum.
Or he could do that thing, the possessive thing, like, oh, you're going to Target's, you're going to Kroger's. Can't really do that with Publix, but yeah.
I will defer to your greater intelligence in accepting my answer and ignoring the fact that had you not, I would have rage quit this call and moved on.
We cannot win by threat, Nick. That is not how this game works. You would have just left Erin to get.
You have your strategy. I have
herself.
mine. Don't tell me what to do.
You would have rage quit the call and then filed a trademark lawsuit on behalf of Orbit, the travel company.
At the end of round 3, we have a pull ahead with Jonathan and Luke. You guys have 80. Erin and Nick You guys have 70.
All right. We got a midpoint coming up.
Are you guys ready for the midpoint?
We are ready.
Let's go.
So ready.
So I couldn't really get the baby names thing out of my head. So we kind of have a name-themed midpoint too. So in the warm-up, I focused on like the top baby names. But for our midpoint, we're going to focus on baby names that have made some of the largest leaps from 2020 to 2021. So I'm going to give you a description of these names. That could be other people or things with this name. And then you give me the name. So do that for 5 points each. So your first name, it is a 2021 Disney heroine and the name of a private membership-only app that's known for a place for normal people to try and date celebrities.
Well, I'm not getting it from that.
2, it's a nickname of a Detroit Red Wings goaltender who played from 1992 to 2011, and a metal vocalist whose real name is John Michael. 3, it is a California-based eyewear designer that holds 600 patents for eyewear, materials, and performance gear. And 4 is the first name of rapper Miller that passed away in 2018 at the age of 26.
The Zahkia, for number 2, are we suggesting that this goaltender played for the Red Wings from 92 to 11?
No, his entire career was from 1992 to 2011.
But that doesn't mean that he was playing for the Red Wings that whole time.
Right. He's best known for playing with the Red Wings.
Okay. Well, then my statement still stands for the one that we were talking about.
Okay. Okay.
Do you want to just do that?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Luke, if that's the ones you're agreeing on, then we can lock in.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, I'm only really confident in the one, but yes.
Okay. Well, we'll lock in.
The first one that we, Erin immediately got was the goalie for the Detroit Red Wings in the 90s and early 2000s was Chris Osgood. Yeah, medalist focus John Michael Osborne. Ozzy was the nickname, so we went with Ozzy for that one, which was number 2. Fourth one, the rapper Miller that passed away in 2018 at age 26. That was Mac Miller. Then came the debates. We got into number 1, the Disney movie from 2021. That's also a celebrity dating site. Encanto was 2021 that Erin threw out. And she said, but I can't name any of the characters from Encanto. And that's where I said we live very different lives because I've seen Encanto 200,000 times.
We don't talk about Bruno.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I said the only thing I know about Encanto is there was the big girl that got on my weightlifting friends really hype, but I don't know her name.
So the lead in Encanto is Mirabelle, played by Stephanie Beatriz, and her sisters Isabella and Luisa.
By the way, I'd started watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine this last month or so.
So good too.
And the juxtaposition, I'm loving it, by the way. This is a good show.
Great.
I should have watched it.
It's great.
The juxtaposition of Stephanie Beatriz on there versus in Encanto is amazing.
So
I can't even hear the voice. I can't even get it.
One of the greatest things about Stephanie Beatriz is that in that show later on, there's a couple of instances where she does like this Valley Girl voice. That character doing a Valley Girl voice, which is really funny, and the most hysterical part about it is that the Valley Girl voice is her actual voice.
Right.
Whoa.
Like that's her real life. You watch her on interviews and you're like, I don't understand where this character came from.
Incredible.
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. So yeah, we went through all the characters on Encanto, but I had also suggested that Raya and the Last Dragon was also in 2021. And I think Raya sounded like a better name for an app. So Erin, we hadn't decided to lock in with that. Are you cool locking in with that?
I'm done with that, yeah.
Okay. And then the third one was the sunglasses brand. We threw out Ray-Ban and Oakley's and
I threw out Warby Parker because Parker maybe, but if you get Raya, I would like Oakley because I know that they make a ton of skiing stuff.
Yeah.
Because I just watched a documentary about Michaela Schifrin and I think everything she was wearing was Oakley.
Okay. So we are finalized with number 1 Raya, number 2 Ozzy, number 3 Oakley, and number 4 Mac.
We had different answers, and this seems like a chance for you guys to catch up. So we did finally stumble upon Raya and the Last Dragon as a Disney movie in 2021. We were struggling. We were almost going to go with Natasha for Black Widow because we were like, I can't think of any of them. The toys got me there eventually. I was thinking about like Christmas shopping last year and what was out there. For number 2, I could not remember the guy's name at all, so we ended up just guessing at names. I was thinking about perhaps John Michael could be the real name of Sebastian Bach from Cinderella, and I know Zahkia's son's name is Sebastian, so it's a good way to slip a name in there, so we guessed Sebastian for number 2. For the sunglasses, the Hugo Boss brand kind of has a great first name for an answer like this, and they've been around for a long time, have multiple different things that it could be. So we said Hugo, and then Luke was 100% on Mac for Mac Miller for number 4.
All right, time for the big reveal. So your 2021 heroine and the name of the celebrity dating app is indeed Raya. Nice job.
Yes.
All right.
Nice.
The Detroit Red Wings goaltender who lives, like, I know where one of his houses is. It's not too far away from where I live, but
That's
he does
creepy.
not. Yeah. I mean, he
Zakia's got
Stalker.
that hockey goalie money. That Stanley Cup.
I wish. No, like, he throws pretty ostentatious parties. You know which house this is. Like, you can't miss it. But he does not live in my house. Your correct answer is Ozzy. The California-based eyewear designer that holds 600 patents for eyewear materials and performance gear. I did get a correct answer. Erin, it is Oakley.
Oh, no.
It sounded so good when she said it.
As soon as
Oh,
you
man.
said they have all of this ski equipment, I'm like, that sounds like something you would patent.
Yeah.
And everyone got the last one. The first name of rapper Miller, who passed away in 2018 at the age of 26, Mac. So
Very
your correct
nice.
answers: Raya, Ozzy, Oakley, and Mac. That adds on 10 points to Jonathan and Luke. That adds 20 points to Erin and Nick, meaning both of your scores now sit at 90.
Oh, boy.
Erin, I think that may be the first midpoint of any episode I've ever been a player on that I got 100%.
Well, I think the I got statement there is not correct. I think Erin contributed quite a bit there.
But other people have gotten 100%. That's the first time that I've been on a team that got 100%.
Me too, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not saying I
Teamwork.
had anything to do with it. I'm saying I am on the team that got 100%.
You got the first one, last one. I would have had no idea.
Well, that's good. And you got 2 and 3. It's perfect, even division.
Teamwork. Love it.
We're tied, so everything up to this point didn't matter.
Yep. There you go.
All right, that is the end of the first half. Before we go on to the second half, I want to let you know that today's show is sponsored by Every Plate. It is a brand new year, and Every Plate aims to help you achieve all of your resolutions, including saving money on delicious recipes delivered right to your door. You know, grocery shopping has become more expensive than ever. I remember when I was a kid and we would grocery shop and my mom would fill up the cart for like $100. When I fill up the cart, it is nowhere near $100 anymore. But Every Plate can help you save money. They are 25% cheaper than grocery shopping. That's a lot. Not only are they cheaper than grocery shopping, they are 58% cheaper than your average fast casual meal. That is amazing. That is a big time savings, and you can start the year right with Every Plate's newest meal preference, which is called Nutrish and Delish. So Nutrish and Delish features meals that are around 650 calories or less. They're all wholesome, they're all delicious, they're all satisfying, and they can help you stay on track with your goals without doing all of the guesswork and the legwork of counting the calories yourself, buying all the different things. Save some time, save some money, and give Every Plate a try. You can get meals that are around $1.39 each by going to everyplate.com/podcast and entering code TWA139. That's right, you can get started with Every Plate for just $1.39 per meal by going to everyplate.com/podcast and entering code TWA139. Now is the time to give it a try. I hope you do. All right, let's get on with the second half of today's game.
Yeah, we'll see how we do here. Round 4, question 1. Your category, Colors of the Wind. Now, a little tie-in from the midpoint that Celeste is sometimes given as a first name. It was number 355 on the 2021 list, but is also a shade of what color?
Zahkia, are you pregnant again? There's a lot of baby name questions in this game.
There are a lot of baby name questions.
It's like you've been doing research.
Absolutely not. No.
All right.
No.
So what color is Celeste is the question.
Yes.
How? Wait, she's in the chat. Hold on.
Yes. For this very reason, in fact.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to just go with it?
Yeah,
Wait, don't lock in yet. Hold on, because we may be getting additional information here. If she ever stops typing and hits enter.
I mean, autocorrect is a thing.
Yeah, that is not a helpful comment. Thank you, Zahkia.
No.
I think we're all wondering how detailed of a color. Do you want us to stick with rainbow colors, or do you want us to go more detailed?
Word for word, the questions we were asking.
Yeah.
This is tough because in my head I have a couple there's a main answer, but something else I would accept.
I mean, do you want us to give you rainbow or 24 pack of Crayola as the level of color specificity?
Pantone number only.
Yeah, it's the hexadecimal code.
Pants on. My pants are on. I'm still going to give the same
Fanta
answer.
Celeste.
You guys can give me rainbow, but
All right, we're locked in.
okay.
Damn it.
All right. Well, I mean, I think that it's not going to matter one way or another. So if it's the you're locked in. If it's the most basic, we would call it a blue-ish. My take is that it's in the teal family, like a bluish green kind of color. And so if I had to lock down to a detail, I might go in teal. But I would say blue to bluish green. And I mean, I don't know if that's acceptable or not, but Luke, as long as you're okay with it, that can be our answer.
I mean, my initial gut, I said it feels right. Like when I hear the word, my brain thinks blue. But other than that, I got nothing.
So blue at the basic, bluish green if we have to be more specific.
We had a similar conversation. I'm pretty sure Celestine is a stone. I'm pretty sure we keep mining it in Stardew Valley. And I'm pretty sure it's like a lightish blue color on the TV screen I play Stardew Valley on. So if you're going to accept just blue, I think we're going to say just blue because it's safer.
Yep. And that was, by the way, Jonathan, the exact conversation we had. I said, I think it's green. And she goes, no, it's blue. And I went, so teal?
Yeah.
Yeah. So your correct answer that Celeste is very technically what they call a sky blue, but it's like a light turquoisey blue color. So yes, blue is the answer I was looking for, but I would have also accepted teal. But you guys are like, oh, it's teal. It's blue. Like, yeah, it's the same. You guys are fine.
As a Jaguars fan, I can tell you that teal and blue are not the same.
No, they're not.
It's a whole thing.
Yeah. Both Stardew Valley and Celeste are both great video games. Highly recommend.
Yes, Celeste is a game too. That is right. Round 4, question 2. Your category, state laws. Giggle.
I'm just happy we have a lawyer.
I know. We had a math teacher earlier. We got a lawyer now.
Sit back.
It's only fair.
Virginia only.
Oxybenzone and octinoxate are common ingredients found in chemical sunscreens, but are banned in which U.S. state because of the risk to marine life?
Well, obviously, it's not very inclusive.
Yeah, we can lock in.
Okay.
Luke and I are debating. And Luke, I think you're probably the better person to talk about it. I threw out Hawaii because lots of marine life.
I said California or Hawaii. California, I know, has some pretty strict chemical laws. And so that's kind of why I think ultimately I want to lean towards California. But Hawaii has really strict quarantine and wildlife laws. So I don't know.
I think going the chemical route in the state more likely to ban a chemical is probably a good way to go here. So I'm in support of that.
All right. We'll lock in with California then.
All right. Erin and Nick, what did you guys say?
The exact same thing. Exactly the same.
Wow.
Except we went with the preservation of wildlife instead of banning everything. So we locked in with Hawaii.
So oxybenzone and octinoxate are two chemicals that are very, very harmful to coral and other marine life. And that is why Hawaii has banned them in those chemical sunscreens.
That was beep.
None of that feels good.
Nope.
The coin is generous today.
Round 4, question 3, your category, international organizations. Though it is now headquartered in Amsterdam, Greenpeace was founded in 1971 by 2 American immigrants in what country?
There we can lock in.
All right.
Yeah, this is one of those where I don't have any ends, Luke. So I don't.
None.
I'm going to say this because I don't want to go through an answer without saying something that came into my head. Australia came to mind. Okay. And I asked about the water because it's like, if this is water-based, Australia might be a better answer. I feel like I've seen videos or whatever with Greenpeace ships that are out there in that area. I don't know what that says about where the headquarters is, though.
I have no in here. You asked if this feels more water-based or land-based. Water was my gut, but I don't have anything to go past that. So if you've got,
I don't have. It's not a gut feeling at all. It is just here's some logic. At some point, you have to dig in at some piece. It could be maybe they were in Norway trying to preserve the fjords, or maybe they were in Denmark because Greenpeace started in Greenland, which is owned by Denmark. I mean, it could be Germany because Germany. We don't have any information here.
No.
And so I guess it's harder to see them moving headquarters from Australia to Amsterdam. It's much easier to see them moving from Denmark to Amsterdam. Australia also notoriously hard to immigrate to.
Yes.
I honestly don't have a valid answer. Do you want to flip a coin?
I flipped a coin on the last one, and that went so well for us. So I'll let you flip a coin if you want. But...
All right. I'm going to flip a mental coin here.
Coin's in the air for a long time.
It floats.
It's a low gravity environment.
It's moon coin. Let's go Australia.
All right.
All right. We're locked in with Australia.
God, I love that Australia answer for one reason and one reason only. One reason only. Because the previous question mentioned that the sunscreen was banned because of its interaction with coral reefs. And I can absolutely see Zahkia clicking down through the Wikipedia article to the coral reef and immediately coming to Australia and then finding a question about Australia, like seeing that it was Greenpeace. Oh, I like that so much. I don't know that it's right, but that's the image I had in my head of how that question was written.
I'm seeing in my head, I'm seeing like ships that are launched in the Pacific, like Japanese whaling vessels versus Greenpeace vessels, and it's like it feels like they're out there.
I sent a shrug emoji and I'm like, I don't know, Denmark popped into my head for some reason. And Nick said, okay, I mean, we can just sit here naming countries, or we can go with the one that you said.
Oh my God, please don't be Denmark.
Well, when you guys said, Denmark, are we thinking Denmark because of Greenland? Nick texted me and goes, is that why? I'm like, ooh, maybe.
That's probably why.
Oh, no.
That's probably why. So we did lock in with Denmark because it was easier than naming the other, 205 countries there are. Yeah.
Please don't be Denmark. I mean, damn it.
Would this be a reverse honestly, Jonathan if it happens?
I would be willing to trade answers with you because I like the Zahkia coral reef. If you want to trade answers, I think we can make this the first ever Trivial Warfare trade.
Yeah,
we can't do that.
I'd be fine with that.
Beep, beep.
Why not? It's your show. We can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Everybody, people say that until I try and do whatever I want, and then I get all kinds of beep for anything I say.
Oh, it doesn't matter what you say. You're going to get beep. So do what feels right.
Exactly.
I'm gonna need to stop you both right now because both of you
we're
guys
both
are
wrong.
wrong.
Good.
But I do appreciate the read of like, oh yeah, like scrolling Wikipedia because that is absolutely something that I would do.
Yeah.
It's not what I did here.
Okay.
So Greenpeace was founded in Amsterdam, but it was founded in a country that has it all. It's got oceans. It's got really big lakes. It's got forests. It's got mountains. It's got glaciers. And it started by two American immigrants that just went up north to Vancouver and founded it in Canada.
Canada's not a real country.
It did slip into my mind, Luke, but I didn't have any reason to go there. I had no logic for Canada.
My brain was thinking European at first, so oh man.
Yeah.
Slipped in and bacon greased right on out.
Yeah, exactly. Maple bacon.
Well, that was fun.
Mhm.
Yeah, I very much enjoyed laughing at the reasoning. Whew. So that was a doozy of a round 4. Jonathan and Luke, you guys have 100. Erin and Nick, 110. Whew.
Yikes.
Luke, we've given away our lead. They've gained 20 points on us in the last 2 rounds.
Freaking Hawaii, man.
Round 5, question 1. Your category, Olympic cities. The Olympic Stadium in this city is nicknamed the Big O because of its donut shape. And the Big O is the Big O. But it's also known as the Big O, O-W-E, because of the costs associated to build the stadium and host the 1976 games.
Beep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got to lock in.
That's 2.
76. It's bringing up Mexico City for me.
Okay.
I'm not good with Olympic years.
Nor am I.
So let's think about it a little bit here. Let's kind of talk. Let's actually use our words here.
Yeah. I don't want to get stuck in Australia, but my brain jumped to Melbourne. I know that happens sometime in that zone.
She said that it was because of the money and the shape. The money thing, like Rio de Janeiro paid a lot, right, for to build up all the stuff for their recent Olympics, and there's other places where they just poured money in and never recouped it, right? I feel like Mexico City might be one of those, but do you think it's going to be an English-speaking location for the question to make sense? The big. Is this a nickname from us, or is this their nickname for it?
I've had all of those questions running through my brain, and I don't have an answer to them.
76 is the year I was born, and it's like you should remember the Olympics in the year you were born if you were born in an Olympic year, you know?
Sure.
That is true.
I was not born in an Olympic year.
It's not coming to me. Mexico City might be the best that I have.
I'm fine with it. I don't have a better reason to go with anything else.
I don't think it's South American. I don't think it's Berlin. Berlin does have some. Where was the Olympics where you had the Black Power salute?
I think it was before that. I think it was earlier than that.
Okay.
And this is a really weird connection, but I know that poster is in Remember the Titans, and I know that takes place in the 60s, so I don't think 76 is right.
I think we got to go Mexico City, but I don't feel good about it.
That's fine. I don't feel good about anything, so we'll take it and keep it moving.
We'll guess Mexico City.
Erin and Nick, what did you say?
We've been pre-guessing questions all morning. And I said Montreal. And he said Lillehammer. And then we thought about it. And I'm like, is it Montreal? He's like, I think so. So we locked in with Montreal.
All right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Freaking yeah. God. Beep, beep.
Ouch. So Jonathan and Luke, the Mexico City Olympics were the one with the Black Power fist. That happened in 1968.
68.
I feel so strangely red that I wrote a question about Canada, and the next question is about Canada because the correct answer is Montreal.
I forgot about the Montreal Olympics, but yeah, it's up there in Quebec, and it is literally they used it for the expos. The whole this was a whole there was like a World's Fair, or there was like a World's Fair Olympic, and then they walked out of there with a sports team. I couldn't get there at all, and I'm very upset about it.
Which is now here in DC.
Yeah.
But yeah, that makes 2 pre-guesses now for the game. So I think if we get a third one, we win automatically.
Oh, well, that sounds
you may just win outright if we keep missing answers.
Round 5, question 2. Your category: fashion families. Miu Miu is a fashion brand started by a woman named Muccia. Muccia is also the head designer for what other fashion brand that she inherited, despite her grandfather stating that women should not have a role in the business.
In the fashion business?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, we'll give it a try. We'll lock in.
Yep.
I got nothing.
Great.
So whatever you feel like is totally fine by me.
Well, I said yep, which should have been YSL. And I was like, that's a French name. It sounds like a French attitude. I'm like, was he even French, or was he like an expat living in America? I don't know. I do believe that brand was in there, that fashion house was in the news in the last year or so because someone died. And I don't know if it was him or his successor or whatever. So I am happy locking in with Yves Saint Laurent if that is something you are cool with, which also
Totally
follows
cool
on with the previous question of Montreal.
Yeah, right. It's just further into the Zahkia writing strategy. I love it.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Got the metagame going over here. So yeah, we can lock in with that swag.
All right. Jonathan and Luke.
The names that Zahkia was reading sounded vaguely Italian and not super French to me. So when Jonathan said Yves Saint Laurent, I kind of kicked that away a little bit. So we were kind of looking in the Versace and the Armani categories. Versace is a very famous, a fashion family, which is the category. But we were under the impression that Donatello was still around. And so we ended up going with Armani, thinking maybe Giorgio Armani would be the grandfather in the question, but not really super sure about any of it.
Not even remotely sure about any of it.
Well, I would say out of the 2 teams, Jonathan and Luke, you had much better logic. Muccia and Miu Miu are both Italian fashion brands. And this is an Italian fashion brand, and she is an Italian fashion designer. The grandfather was named Mario, and the brand is Prada.
Oh,
Muccia, Prada, Miu Miu, Yves Saint Laurent has nothing to do with the equation. Nor does France or Canada.
Well, neither does Armani, though, so
yeah, right.
We couldn't take advantage.
Yikes.
Yeah, but
Good work, team.
I thought you guys were going to get there because you guys were definitely walking down the right path.
Yeah, the brain didn't spit out the fashion house, though. It's like it didn't even come up in the conversation. I was trying to think of Italian houses, and that didn't come up. I was sitting there trying to think of whether or not Dolce & Gabbana was an Italian house. But I was like, that's 2 people, I think, and that wouldn't be grand. It's like, well, don't even worry about it. Is Dolce & Gabbana French or Italian?
They are Italian.
Oh, I should have said it then.
2 dudes.
It is 2.
What are their names, though?
One of them could have been a grandfather.
I used to know this. I don't know their first names. But yes, they're 2 Italian dudes. Round 5, question 3. Your category is flags. Imagine I am Stefan, like Bill Hader, when I'm reading this, okay?
Okay.
The emblem on this country's flag has everything. A farming axe, an AK-47 superimposed over an open book over a big yellow star.
Just a fair warning, when you start naming countries, your phone might start throwing little flag icons at you, so try not to look at them.
Didn't even think about that. We can lock in.
All right, good. Then I'll stop typing. So, Luke, I feel like the AK-47, I don't know if there's multiple flags with AK-47s on them, but I feel like Mozambique has one.
That is the country I was trying to think of. So a long, long time ago, I had a trivia question about there are, I think, 2 countries that have a rifle like that on them.
Oh, great.
Mozambique is one of them. That seems right.
I know Saudi Arabia has the sword. That's the other one, that, like the weapons that come to mind.
Mozambique is the country I was trying to think of.
You keep saying Mozambique.
I know.
What is going on there?
I don't know. It's
Mozambique and the brain.
Bing, 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 bing.
So yes, long story short, Mozambique is what I was thinking of, and I don't have an in on the other country in any way, shape, or form. So that's what I was hoping we would get to.
Okay, well then let's guess Mozambique.
Thank you.
All right, Erin and Nick.
Yeah. So Erin goes, it's something in Africa, and I went, an AK-7 on a flag is a Pavlov for Mozambique. So I was 100% sure of that, and anything else I would have been less than 100% sure. So we went with that.
Yes, your correct answer is indeed Mozambique.
All right.
All right.
That's the kind of thing where it's like, for a trivia person, hey, there's a Pavlov for a gun being on a flag. And for anybody who's not a trivia person, it's like, there's no way to answer this question. There's absolutely no way to answer this question.
So it looks like at the end of round 5, friends, Jonathan and Luke, you have 110. Erin and Nick, you have 130.
We're averaging about one right question around for the last 2 rounds there, Luke.
Yeah, we took a hard left turn after that midpoint, and I don't like it.
I'm sorry. Round 6 is my spiciest round. So.
Sweet.
I know.
I hope you have some milk to counter the spice.
No, hey, that's the right way to write it.
It is.
Round 6, question 1. Your category, funny ladies. Fumudo is the last name of what Nigerian American comedian and TV host who is known for asking her celebrity guests questions like, are you in therapy? Yes or no? And do you support the Emancipation Proclamation?
You're looking.
Oh.
Okay.
We'd rather guess in private, thank you.
Yeah, right?
That's
So we're looking, I summarized it here, we're looking for a black lady TV host comedian, Nigerian.
Yeah.
So we've thrown out a few names that we know are incorrect. Definitely not Wendy Williams. You pointed out Ego Nwaddim, which also you don't believe is correct. I pointed out Lupita Nyong'o.
Ego is or was on SNL, and I'm fairly sure she's Nigerian. I think I know who we're talking about. I just don't know her name. One of the few shows that my wife and I watch together is
what
like
kind
the
of show
franchise.
Was it?
I don't know, because it wasn't her show. She was like a guest on The Bachelorette. Like, she was like a funny person they brought on to like roast these contestants in the way that Zahkia is talking about. So I think I know who the question is about. I have no ins on their name.
You have more than I do here. I don't know. I don't even know like the standard traditional Nigerian name to guess if we just want to go with a basic Nigerian name, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Would you like to guess Jennifer?
We could. We could. Ego Nwaddim is the best I have that I know is Nigerian, or I'm pretty confident is Nigerian, but I don't even know if she's on SNL.
That has a last name attached to it, and this person's last name is
sure.
different.
Thank you. Yep.
So we're literally just trying to come up with a first name.
First name.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Would you like to guess Ashanti, which I believe to be a valid African name?
Yes. That's fine.
Okay. We will guess Ashanti.
Oof.
All right. Erin and Nick.
We've been having a lot of luck with the pre-guesses, so we decided after having some back and forth to just go with Nick's pre-guess, which was
Carol Burnett.
Good old Carol Burnett Fumudo.
Yes.
Stage names. You can never, really tell.
Nigerian American comedian Carol Burnett Fumudo.
If we get 3, we automatically win. So that's what we're going for here.
There is no auto win on this one. 10 points to me. The correct answer is Ziwe Fumudo. She is intense. She asked Drew Barrymore, do you support the Emancipation Proclamation? And speaking of SNL, she asked Michael Che, are you in therapy, yes or no? She's known for just asking very awkward, pointed questions.
So what is she the host of?
Her show's called Z-Way.
Oh.
She goes by Z-Way. Her show is called Z-Way.
If I was her, I would name my show This is Z-Way.
Z-Way, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's right there.
So funny. Like on their most recent episode, she asked Drew Barrymore to like come up with a jingle for her. And that's very close to what Drew Barrymore's saying. Like, there's no other way but Z-Way. Like, yeah. Like, yeah, it is a very interesting show, but Z-Way is the correct answer.
There we go. How's that spelled?
Z-I-W-E. Z-Way.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Round 6, question 2. Category, names the same. Kind of.
Z-Way. Pre-guess.
No word if he got his nickname from the puppet, but this man is known for being the manager of Ariana Grande and Justin Bieber, as well as his feud with Taylor Swift.
We're back.
Luke has declared we are back, baby.
No, well, we're back in the realm of getting questions correct, I think.
I don't know the person, so if that's the answer, I'm trusting you, brother.
Yeah, it's not meow meow territory, but I think it's pretty close.
Coolio, do you want to just go last name there?
Well, we can.
It's the safer choice.
Correct. I'll explain why.
Oh yeah, that's good. That's solid too. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Let's go ahead and lock in.
All right, we're locked in.
All right. So
what happened?
I love Erin and I on the same team. This is so much fun.
Nick goes, Pinocchio. And I say, okay, why do you say that? And he said, named after the puppet. That's a puppet. Who was the guy who made it was some guy from some band who made some comment about her not writing her own stuff or alleging that she had plagiarized or something shady. And it was in the news, like, I want to say like over the summer.
Wasn't that the producer that also like destroyed Kesha's career? Wasn't it that person?
I don't actually know. He was the producer, producer for some band or singer for some band. He was some other music industry guy.
What was his name?
I don't think it was Pinocchio.
Yeah, no. I think we can discard that as being incorrect. What are other puppets named after the puppet?
I mean, I'm stuck on Muppets, Kermit, Elmo, and
yeah. I was. You know what?
Muppets.
Sam the Eagle popped into my head.
Okay.
I don't know why.
Okay. Oh, great. Okay.
I'm not good on music. Dr. Bunsen Honeydew.
Pile of things. I don't think it is.
Beaker, Waldorf, and Statler. I'm not going to pull anything. So if you have literally anything in your head that is a name of a thing, I think we should go with that.
Yeah, I don't.
Especially since Luke was like insta-get on this.
Yeah, we can lock in with Pinocchio. It's a stupid guess, but it's a puppet, like you said.
I'd rather lock in with literally anything else.
I mean, is it possible it's something like animal?
Maybe. You want to just go with Kermit?
Sure.
Okay. We'll lock in with Kermit.
I mean, I think this is the guy who is the reason for all the Taylor's versions of all these songs she's re-releasing. I'm 90% sure this is Scooter Braun, and Scooter would be the Muppet Connection.
Muppet.
That's the name. That's the guy.
Yes, Erin is correct. Not in terms of
Erin is
but...
correct. That Luke is correct. Yeah.
Erin is correct. That Luke is correct.
Yeah.
The correct answer is Scooter Braun.
Nice job, Luke.
Thank you. Feels good to actually.
Let's do that one more time.
Right?
Yeah, nice pull.
I am so sorry about round 6, question 3. I tried a weird way of writing this question. Hopefully you don't hate me too much, but your category is the International System of Units. Your question: Dan Reynolds probably can't even imagine that a becquerel is a unit of this.
God, that was what I was going to ask you.
I think we all just asked each other the same question.
The same question.
Not that it's going to help, but can you spell becquerel?
Bequerel.
What was the category again?
The International System of Units.
Have you guys ever seen that thing? It's a like a chain letter type thing that happens on Reddit where someone will say a word and then give an absurd definition, and then someone will be like, "No, that's this thing. You're thinking of this thing that's absurd." That's what Nick and I are doing right now.
This is our chance.
I'm a little upset you haven't come up with the answer to my most recent one, though.
Oh, I know that one.
No, there you go. Okay, makes me feel better.
No, I'm with you. This is not getting us to the answer.
I don't think we have a chance of that. We'd rather have fun. If we don't have no chance, why not have fun?
Fair.
Is the answer the number of licks it takes to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop?
Dan Reynolds is the real name of Mr. Owl.
That'd be a trivia question. I like that answer. Let's go with that.
We're going to lock in.
Oh, no.
Okay.
I don't like being left to talk out loud on these kinds of questions.
This was a panic lock-in more than anything else.
We know we're trying to figure out a thing that you measure. So like distance or time or weight or mass or volume or that kind of stuff. There's two different pieces in here that could be clues. Obviously, Dan Reynolds has to be a clue, even though none of us know who he is. But the other one that really... I wonder if it's depth. Because the other piece of the wording of this question that's awkward is Dan Reynolds can't even believe. And can't even is like a Valley Girl saying, right? Like, can't even... So, I mean, you can extrapolate. I just extrapolated that to be valley. You measure the depth of a valley, so it could be depth. I know I've heard the term becquerel before.
So in terms of depth, I mean, that would be a measure of distance in the International System of Units. I mean, there's not... No. You don't think so?
I don't think so. I think you have a different measure of depth.
Probably can't even... What is this, fathom? He can't fathom it?
I can't fathom it. Depth. I like that. I like that a lot.
I like it better than anything we've said.
And good, because I need an answer.
It even fits the valley piece that I came up with. Let's say depth.
Which is it's just all right. We'll take yes, So we're answering with depth because of the answer being fathom. Yes, okay, lock it in.
No, the answer is not fathom. The answer is depth.
Right,
fathom is a way to say what she said.
Right, we're answering depth because the connection is to fathom.
I like it. We're gonna say depth.
Okay, Erin and Nick.
All right, so we had a really, really good conversation. Erin
Did you answer Carol Burnett?
Who is that? No, don't be ridiculous. Erin said, "Who is Dan Reynolds?" And I said, "Oh, this must be the measurement of feminism in movies. This is easy." And she goes, "No, that's Bechdel." And I said, "Is it the spiciness of a white sauce?" And she said, "No, that's a bechamel." And then we decided to lock in with Erin came up with a great answer. You want to tell them what it was?
The number of angels dancing on the head of a pin.
So that's
nice. Yes.
It's an unknown. Then you asked Zahkia to repeat the question.
And then Nick actually apparently listened to the question. And his aha brainwave is that, well, I mean, do you want us to wait to explain the other better guess we came up with after the fact?
Sure. No. Go ahead and tell us what your other guess would have been if you hadn't already locked in and heard us starting to talk about it.
Yeah, so Nick,
because I saw his eyes get big as we were discussing, which is
no.
It was not triggered by anything y'all said.
Sure.
He goes, Dan Reynolds is the lead singer of Imagine Dragons.
It's hard to imagine Imagine Dragons. Mm-hmm. And I said, but that doesn't get us to an answer. And Erin goes, yes, it does, dumb beep. And then what did you come up with?
I didn't say any of those mean things. I just said radioactivity with a question mark.
Right.
Oh, that's a good
one. It's radioactivity from the lead singer of Imagine Dragons.
Radioactive.
Which, again, it was going to be number of Carol Burnett's in a movie.
Right.
And so we locked into something
All right. So
if that's it, we didn't get it.
Yeah.
All right, Zahkia, educate us.
So my big apologies. This is definitely like a written at midnight question. But yes, I'll tell you how I got there. Dan Reynolds is indeed the lead singer of Imagine Dragons. I knew that no one was going to know his name, and I hoped that he had more of a distinct name, but nope, he's Dan Reynolds. And he can't imagine that a becquerel is indeed... I chose Imagine Dragons because they have the song Radioactive.
Oh, that too.
Yeah, obviously. As soon as you said Imagine Dragons, I'm like, yeah, radioactive. Okay, beep.
Yeah.
I just read it as radioactivity because it's a band.
No.
Yeah, that also is a weird pun that fits.
No.
Yeah,
But
right?
the correct answer is radioactivity.
I love our answer so much, though.
I
too.
can't imagine it.
We solved the puzzle in your question. Beep.
So, Zahkia, I
The
love
children
that
who are
question. Yeah, I love that question. That's the kind of question I would write. Like, you get the answer, you're like, oh, of course this is it, but you beat your head against the wall getting to it. So I loved that question. We didn't get it until after we locked in with the joke answer.
The end of round 6 is close. Jonathan and Luke, you have 120. Erin and Nick, you have 130. I couldn't have planned the gauntlet better. Your category for the gauntlet is cocktail hour.
Oh, no. Luke, we had a chance to tie it up right there. That one really hurts.
I
wish I knew who Dan Reynolds was. Damn it. Oh, boy.
Wish
All
Nick
right.
had known it 40 seconds sooner.
Well, that would require me to listen to the question, and that's not going to happen.
We're locked in.
Jonathan, I'm fine with that.
All right. Our wager is locked in.
All right, with the wagers locked in, let's get into our gauntlet in a category of cocktail hour. First question in your gauntlet. What is the sweet, golden-colored liqueur made from Scotch whiskey, honey, herbs, and spices? Its name derives from a Scottish Gaelic phrase that means a drink that satisfies and is a key ingredient in a rusty nail.
Oh, really? Okay, we can lock in our answer then.
We also are locked in.
Okay, cool. Question 2 of your gauntlet. A Sazerac made with cognac or rye whiskey, absinthe, and Peychaud's bitters is a cocktail that calls what city home?
I can lock this in.
Good.
Our answer is locked in.
Okay. Question 3 of your gauntlet. In the song Drunk in Love, Beyonce sings that she's been drinking what fruit, which in reality would be pretty painful to drink.
I mean, it's weird for her to try drinking avocado, but I respect it.
I don't think I'm going to get to a better answer, Jonathan.
All right, we can give that a try. We'll lock in.
All right, Erin, fruits that would be difficult to drink.
I mean, all of them in fruit form.
I mean, the most difficult, though. Okay, you want to just lock in with that?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. We are locked in.
All right, time to collect some answers. So, the golden liqueur, that means drink that satisfies in Scottish Gaelic and is an ingredient in a rusty nail. Erin and Nick, what did you say?
I was pretty confident in this. A rusty nail and that combination is Drambuie.
Jonathan and Luke, what did you say?
Yeah, I had the same kind of association, especially when the Scottish language started coming in. We said Drambuie.
Okay, second question. The Sazerac calls what city home? Jonathan and Luke, what did you say?
I don't know why this is in my head. I feel like I just had a Sazerac. I don't even know if it was a question, but just Sazerac came up this week, I think, and New Orleans came up with it. And I don't know why. I don't know which chat it was or which thing it was, but I guessed New Orleans.
Were you playing Learn a League this season, Jonathan?
Yeah. Is that where it was?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it was a question about Peychaud's bitters. I knew it because I was at the Sazerac house in February when I was vacationing in New Orleans.
There we are.
All right. And in the song Drunk in Love, Beyonce sings that she's been drinking what fruit? Erin and Nick, what did you say?
Well, the original way you asked the question was what fruit that would be hard to swallow. The hardest fruit we could think of to swallow would be a watermelon. So we locked in with watermelon.
Jonathan and Luke, what did you say?
So I'm thinking, I don't know the song well enough to give you any lyrics from it. It's a song about love. And if you're talking about I've been drinking a fruit, what does that have to do with love? There is a fruit that supposedly makes you as a person taste better. And that fruit is pineapple, which is also very pointy and large and would be very hard
Difficult to swallow.
drink a fruit. It's difficult to swallow, exactly. But it would have a reason for being in the song, like I'm getting ready, I'm drinking pineapple. So we guessed pineapple.
So, the golden liqueur, the drink that satisfies in Scottish Gaelic, the ingredient in a rusty nail is indeed drambuie.
All right.
A Sazerac, with the Peychaud's bitters, was in Learned League this week, calls New Orleans home. And in the song Drunken Love, Beyonce sings, I've been drinking watermelon.
Oh, God.
Rhythmic flair.
Rhythmic flair.
Why would she say I've been drinking watermelon? What's the point?
It's refreshing
That's the
and
whole
delicious.
point. Like the song, she's kind of singing it like she's drunk. So it's like, all right, yeah, I've been drinking watermelon. It sounds like it's like something a drunk person would say. Though your logic is pretty good.
Your logic is logical.
We had some awesome logic that led to wrong answers in this game. I mean, just boy.
I think are we 3 for 3 or 4 for 4 on coin flips, Erin?
Yes, all of them, I think.
Yeah, I think we won all of our coin flips.
Well,
Although
you guys.
I don't know that it was really a coin flip when you had watermelon on one side and durian on the other.
I mean, I threw out starfruit and pineapple too.
True.
So you guys had a lead going into the gauntlet, and you got it right, and we did not get it right, so there is no drama. I can tell you, I will be interested to know what you wagered. We wagered 0 in the hopes that you would miss, and because I knew that you would not think that we would wager 0, so you would not even consider that in your wagering. Or at least that's what my thinking was.
Our analysis didn't even get that far. I said, Nick, I hate this part. I normally just let my partner pick. And he said, well, that's my strategy too.
I let my partner choose.
So I made him pick a number.
Yeah. So we picked 111 because of the symmetry.
So if it hadn't been watermelon, we would have won.
That is correct. Yeah, we went 111 for the lockout.
Well, Luke, we did our best with it. We did our absolute best with it. It would have been a different game if we'd have come up with freaking radioactivity.
So, with the final score of 241 to 120, Erin and Nick are your winners of this game. Nice job.
All right. Good job. Good game. And before we go, we like to give everybody a chance to do shout outs and promote causes that they care about. So, Luke, you're up.
Yeah, this time of year, and any time of year, I like to talk about my wife's nonprofit. She is the programs coordinator for a place called Keeping Families Covered. They provide diapers, period supplies, and things to families in need. If you are in the giving mood, as some people are this time of year, keepingfamiliescovered.org would be a great place to drop in and shout out the TWA.
Fantastic. I love that. Thank you. All right. And that's going to wrap us up. So for Erin and for Nick and for Luke and Zahkia, my name's Jonathan. This has been episode number 408 of Trivial Warfare, where it's not just trivia, it's war. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Adios.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to Trivial Warfare. Be sure to check out the revamped TrivialWarfare.com as your one-stop shop to submit questions, join the community, and get access to over 150 archived episodes. Warm It Up was written and performed by Matthew Stevens. This episode was edited and produced by me, Joel Sharpton. For help with your podcast, visit propodcastingservices.com.
If it's round 3, question 1, that means we got a score check before we get there.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, I was zoned out thinking of my own jokes. I'm sorry.
Somebody set your train whistle for stun.
Toot toot 6060. Your category is movies.
Movies.
James Bond is sent to Jamaica to investigate the disappearance of another agent in this 1962 movie, the very first James Bond film.
Oh, I have meow meows on a James Bond question.
Do you want a 3-2-1 this?
We can 3-2-1 this, Nick.
Erin, you're good with this?
Oh my goodness!
Oh yeah, I'm just going to keep naming James Bond movies in the chat because I know this somewhere in my brain, but I don't.
Jonathan,
all right, ready for the countdown?
Yeah, go for it.
Sorry. 3, 2, 1.
Dr. No.
Oh, I didn't say that at all.
Jonathan, am I wrong or that episode hasn't come out yet?
I don't remember.
Last weekend, you and I were on a team together when we were recording, I guess, episode 407, and it was literally a Dr. No James Bond question.
Oh, then we need to throw it out then.
Wasn't it? Am I wrong?
I don't remember why I know this. I remember having a question somewhere and guessing it and being like, "Oh my god, I would have been right if I was the one answering." I don't remember whether it was on this show or not.
Hold on a second. Hold on.
If it was, if we just had a Dr. No first.
Well, so the easy way to do this is to go to the thing and.
Oh, Nick's going to his thing again. Good Lord.
The gauntlet, the second question of the gauntlet from the category of October 5th, 1962, the first film in the James Bond franchise was released today. Name that film.
Yeah, so that's why we both, it's like
we
full confidence.
That. Yeah, because we did it 5 minutes ago.
I am a little bit disappointed. I've never had full confidence on a James Bond question ever. That's not true. I think I did. I think I got a Lazenby question about on Her Majesty's Secret Service or something. Yep. And it's like, okay, there's only one possible answer for this one. So I think I must have before, but it feels good to have a James Bond question that I know.
Can't have Jonathan feeling good.
I have still not had a James Bond question I know. So.
And I'm feeling good.
Doo-doo. Doo-doo.